Hey, hi everyone. It's a pleasure to be back again. My name is Shyam. I'm founder of Job Readiness Hub. I run an exclusive community for students and youth talents to help them achieve their or attain their career niche clarity and in turn future-proof their careers. It's very exciting to be here today with my mentor, Mr. Govind Babu, who had been mentoring me for the last 14-15 years now, and it's a privilege to get him here on your behalf and to ask some valuable questions. So to give you a very quick background about Mr. Govind has been living in multiple countries and he has been a mentor for me all this while. He has worked with top multinational companies and presently we are now based in Dubai. He runs his executive search company doing executive talent acquisition and helping a lot of top organizations to hire their top, middle and senior level talents in the executive talent acquisition space based out of Dubai and covering globally. So he has been in the hiring space. He has been helping a lot of hiring leaders in the region and globally and help them hire the right talent. So I thought this is very important for you guys to also hear it from him and understand from him. So thanks Govind, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm sure a lot of students who are watching this series will benefit a lot and there are a lot of takeaways.
Thank you, Shyam. Thank you for inviting me for your Job Readiness Hub Mentor Speak series.
It's our pleasure.
Look forward to answering some of your questions with my experience and knowledge that I've gained over the years.
Great, Govind. So a quick question that we have a series of questions. So let me get started with the first question probably. So since you have been hiring for a lot of leadership talent and working with the leaders across countries and helping them hire talents for the last so many years, right? So what do you think are the top three expectations, right? The top three expectations for corporates while they are hiring fresh students or youth talents. So what do you think are the top three expectations of corporate companies?
Right. It's a good question to start off, Shyam. I think in today's world, which has been drastically transformed in the last couple of years, and where workforce is spread across the world, and they're looking at diverse kind of workforce, right? Still, if you look at the top priorities for an organization when it comes to hiring fresh talent, I think one of the first and foremost thing that they're looking at is your as a fresh talent coming into the corporate world, how skilled are you in that particular field that you're choosing to go? So while you may have a certain educational background, a certain type of education that you've done, but do you have a natural skill, talent or ability to succeed in that chosen field?
Absolutely.
Is something which they're looking at. So companies are designing and coming up with multiple ways to assess skill, talent and capability.
Absolutely.
Because there may be a lot of hidden skills and talents which you have not discovered yourself, you've not realized them yourself, but they may be there in you, and companies are trying to unearth those skills and talents so that they can get the best out of hiring the fresh talent. Right?
I also see a lot of companies have their learning budgets to help their employees learn and grow. So amazing to see this.
Absolutely. So that is number one, and number two is surprisingly you would see that many corporates today are looking at the openness to learn, the ability to adapt, and the ability to really learn very quickly, adapt, and get into the kind of groove to perform in a corporate world, because time is of the essence. So one of the things that they're looking at, how fast from the time you enter the corporate world to how fast can you become productive That
Absolutely.
is something which the companies are looking at very closely.
Your time to productivity.
Yeah, absolutely, because companies do not have time to invest in a very long learning curve, right? So when a fresher comes in, they are looking at how fast can this employee scale up to become
Absolutely.
productive and contribute to the organization,
Yeah,
right? So that is something which they are looking at. And the third thing they're looking at, which is very important, again, is I would actually put it as the first thing, but then it's come out as the third. It's not in order of priority, but these are the top things. But one of the very, very important things that people usually overlook, especially fresh talent, is their attitude, right? Their attitude and mindset. Mindset, attitude, right? You may have great talent, great skill, great abilities to perform the job, but what is the spirit with which you're performing the job? What is the attitude you're bringing to workplace? Right? Corporate world, it is not about the individual game, it's about a team game. It's about how adaptable, how much you're willing to shape your attitude in such a way that you will contribute to the team to
Correct.
It is not about individual becoming successful.
Yeah.
So a person coming in with that individual success mindset sometimes have to retrain themselves and work on their mindset, work on their attitude to become a team player and ensure that the team wins.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So now look, this is how corporates see fresher hiring. While as a fresher you may have that zeal, that enthusiasm, that drive to become successful as an individual, but would you be able to fit into a corporate world is what the corporates are looking at.
Thank you so much, Govind, because I also see that on one side, students are looking at opportunities. On the other side, hiring managers and recruitment folks are looking at hiring fresh talents, and there is a lot of gap. Since you have been in the industry, helping a lot of organizations, high-tech companies, and multiple diversified industries and domain, need of a readiness program. So do you think a readiness program is essential for students today?
So there are so many things that work in a corporate environment which, unless you experience that or unless you learn from people who have experienced that, it is very difficult to get that. So that is where I feel a program like the Job Readiness Hub is very important, where a group of people, a mastermind of mentors who are career coaches, career mentors, who have worked with students, who worked with candidates, who worked with entrepreneurs, they come in and they share their wisdom, they share their experience for the benefit of the students, right? So that is very, very important. So, and when a student has access to something like a Job Readiness Hub, what the student understands is like, hey, look, before I actually go and step into the corporate world, is there something where I have like a mock, where I can get some sampling of what is out there, right?
Yeah. So in fact, a lot of students also ask me, Govind, that what does this program do? But keeping aside the program, right? They're also confused that are we really job ready or are we just interview ready? And there are a lot of readiness programs that's available today, but they are also focused on the soft side of it, like how to speak confidently and how to write a great CV, and those are just the basic things that that will help a student to an extent, but really not beyond an extent to the future of work. So that leads me to the third question, right? And this is a very important question for students from the student side, because I've been getting a lot of questions from them on this, and I think that you are the right person to ask this with your years of experience and wisdom, right? So the third question is, why is it important? Why is it really important to have an aligned career? And what do you mean by aligned career? So,
well, I mean, from the Job Readiness Hub perspective, I'm sure, Shyam, you would have thought about what alignment means in a career
for an individual.
for an individual. But for me, alignment in career really means holistic development of career, a misalignment in the career. That means a person gave too much importance to career success while not giving importance to holistic success,
Life, yeah.
360-degree success. So really life is that wheel where you have to have 360-degree success. So in the name of career success, don't get burnt out, don't misalign yourself internally, that outside you look successful, but inside you really, so it's like an inside out. So career alignment for me is inside out.
Very, very well said, Govind. Perfectly, I think a lot of students will also get these insights. We also try and cover this to an extent inside the program, where we talk about having an aligned career and how is it important and why is it important beyond career, because today we talk about people spend about 92,000 hours on their career in a lifetime, and that's pretty huge, right? So that's a considerable amount of time that an individual spends on their work or business or career, and that has to be really aligned and well balanced, and it's very important for them to have that clarity so that they can choose the right options for them. So that leads me to possibly the fourth question. So what are the top things that a career aspirant should look at while making an international career? I'm asking this to you because, trust me guys, Govind has worked across multiple countries, and he's the one who was continuously motivating me and helping me, guiding, coaching me to land a dream job and futuristic career in Dubai. And
first of all, start visualizing yourself having a successful career in that particular country or place of your choice. That is the number one.
Yeah.
See, the mind goes first and then the physical body. So if you understand this principle of visualization, then things become easier. So first of all, you need to focus on visualizing yourself becoming successful as a corporate professional in that particular country of your choice. Back to law of attraction principles and how you can manifest whatever your future reality, right? So that is number one.
Yeah.
Number two is you can do some research of that particular geography. What are the skills which are high in demand? Like, where is the economy heading in terms of what kind of industries are thriving, right? And what is going to be, like, for example, you can look at Dubai, and Dubai is investing very heavily in the hospitality sector, in travel and tourism, is investing very heavily in healthcare, global healthcare, right? Things like international data centers are moving into Dubai because of the secure environment, right? Whereas if you look at Singapore, a lot of the financial organizations worldwide are moving some of their operations to Singapore, right? So things like this, you do some research of that particular geography, that particular country, and make yourself ready. The third thing that you need to do is start identifying mentors, start identifying people who are already there in that geography, who are already successful in the kind of a career spot that you want to have.
Right? Trust me, I have felt this. I have gone through this journey, and whatever Mr. Govind had been saying now, right from your visualization to manifestation. I came on a job search, and things really worked out to me. So all of this is really happening. It's just that, are you aware, or is people aware of these happenings around us? The law of attraction, and law of attraction works for every single thing in life, including careers, right? And it's very important for us to understand.
And also your effort, your individual effort in applying for jobs and reaching out to people. Don't be shy to attend interviews, to fail in interviews, because that is the only way you learn.
Try to cover all of this in multiple modules within the course or the program, Job Readiness Blueprint. So I'm sure students will have a lot of better understanding and in-depth understanding of this concept that we are talking at a very high level here. And probably the one last question, the fifth question for today, would be, how do you see, Govind, how do you see a platform or a community like Job Readiness Hub will help students and youth talents today? How is it helping, or how do you think that is going to help us from an individual standpoint as a student?
See, I think crossing the bridge from being a student to a successful corporate professional, which is not very known for students, especially because for the first time they're coming out of college and they're stepping into the corporate world. The corporate world is really a big jungle out there. You don't know what to expect. You don't know, how to. There is no right now. There is no like kind of a route map. It's like you're getting into the forest. How do I find a way out? How do I navigate? Is there a GPS? Is there some way where I can figure myself out? Is there some way where I can go to and reflect? Do I really have the skills? Don't take career coaching very lightly, because if a ship which is on the sea, and instead of going to a particular direction, it changes by just few degrees, when it may end up in a different continent. Instead of going to North America, you may end up in South America, which means you're going to a completely different continent. Absolutely. Only by few degrees of change. So your career you need to have a roadmap. You need to have a clear roadmap. You need to have a place where you can go and check whether that career roadmap is correct or not. That is why you need experienced people who have already walked the path to hold your hand and walk you through this journey. Cross that bridge. Once you're in the corporate world, then you're already successful. Maybe you need different types of mentors. You need different levels of mentors. That's okay. But right now, you need a community. You need a place where you can go and really draw from the kind of a mastermind. Draw from that place where experienced people are putting their knowledge and experience for the benefit of others. We're wishing you all the best in Job Readiness Hub. But before we close the session, Shyam, I have one question for you.
Absolutely, please.
Which I thought it would be good for me to ask this time is, what gives you that motivation? What gives you that drive to really do something like Job Readiness Hub? Why do you want to really give back to students? I just want to hear it from you.
Great. Thanks for asking this question, Govind. I want people to make the same mistakes which people have already taken, and they are not aware of those mistakes, right? So when I was a graduating student, no one could help me how to become job ready, how to become, how to future-proof my career, how to get into or choose an industry or a career path that is, everlasting and not becoming redundant and all of that. So that was one part that I wanted to walk the talk and help students, give my knowledge, give my piece of insights, and help them choose futuristic career paths. So in this program, what I'm also trying to cover is, it's like a menu where people come in and then they look at the various options that is available, which is readily or instantly available for them. They do some exercise activities, understand their alignment, and then they say that, hey, I want to get into this domain, and within this domain for this role, could be a technology role, could be a sales role, could be HR role, finance role, marketing role, doesn't matter. So there are career roadmaps and then specializations for those career roadmaps and all of that, which is easily available. So I want this community to have access to such a high knowledge content for choosing career paths. So that's number one. Number two, one of the major motivation for me to drive this is because I'm a firm believer, and I truly believe that education can change an individual's life path, right? Because if you give or support someone for education, that's going to completely change the dimension of that individual's life. So from that aspect, I want to truly help or support or contribute towards the education of underprivileged kids back in India, and I'm already in talks with a couple of NGOs who are supporting that initiative purely from education standpoint, to help them support why I'm doing this at a large scale, so that a large cause something like, giving back to the society, and some from the knowledge standpoint and also from for education standpoint. So these are two main reasons why I'm running this community, and I truly want to help people to be successful in their careers. Yeah.
Excellent, Shyam. I think that was really good to know that why you're doing what you're doing.
Glad that you asked this, Govind, and you had been my mentor, you had been my inspiration. You have guided me through various phases of my life, including this stage where I'm taking up this spirit of coaching students and building this community for, especially for students and youth talents, to help them get clarity on their career and future-proof their careers. We will speak to you soon. We will bother you more and more with more sessions and questions.
I'll be glad anytime to come and contribute to a platform like this. I really feel a platform like this is very, very essential. I wish in my career search, early in my career, I had something like this where I could go to and really bounce my thoughts instead of wasting a lot of years going in the wrong path and choosing the wrong path and then learning that, oh, I've taken this wrong path. I wish I could have saved many years. Saved a lot of my own peace of mind, and as I spoke about the holistic development, where it's not about just outside success. We get easily carried away by outside success because we are looking at others becoming successful.
Absolutely.
But remember, each one is unique. Each one has unique strengths and capabilities and talents, and they are naturally suited to one particular line of career. I wish that your effort, Shyam, in helping them choose the right path is really it really bears fruit. Okay, wishing you all the best.
Thanks so much, Govind. One last saying as we close is, as a saying I've been hearing from multiple people as well, that everybody has a saying 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 nose, 1 mouth, but everybody is unique. Everybody looks different, right? So in a very similar fashion, everybody are unique with their own skills, own passion, aspirations, and there is room out there for every single individual. And that's what we at Job Readiness Hub, or the Job Readiness Blueprint course, enables you to discover yourself and then align it with the future talent demand, or the industry's talent demand, so that you can position yourself where there is a demand, so that you position yourself and then you can be a hot talent for the organization. So with this, I would like to thanks Govind, and thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Please drop in your comments or any questions that you have. We will be definitely reading those questions, and we will definitely get back to you with answers. Have a great day and stay blessed.